Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris and this is Bricking It. Okay, so if you guys have seen this channel before, you'll probably realise that the background's changed. This is my new Lego room. It's not really new, it's actually just been tidied up. Lego City's over here and Lego stuff's at the back. So yeah, I'm going to do a quick vlogging kind of session and show you what's all happening behind the scenes, but I'm going to hopefully be doing weekly updates, which is going to be my city. But you guys probably clicked on the video for a different reason, which was to look at the Series 17 minifigures and my opinion of worst to first. So here they are in their setup that I have at the moment. Now these are ribber cages with nice backgrounds. I bought this one from Etsy actually. I really like these ones because they have the names underneath of all the characters. So let's get into it. Okay, so there's 16 here, and the ones that strike me straight away as being the worst is probably the dance instructor. Now, the reason that I put the dance instructor so low on the list is because we've had one of these before in a previous series, and yes, hand on heart, I don't actually own that character, but I do intend to collect every single minifigure in the series collection, so I just think it's a little bit of a rehash of one that we've already had. So that's why I'm going to put her last on the list. Next on the list is the Battle Dwarf, and that's actually because of exactly the same reason as the other one. He's actually basically had like an evil dwarf, I think it was, in a previous series, and I think he looks a lot better. Now, this Battle Dwarf, don't get me wrong, he's really cool. I mean, his thorax has actually got custom printing, and he's got nice printing on his body, and I like the Mohican and the beard, but I mean, I like every single one of these minifigures anyway, in every single series, but I'm just putting him at number 15 because I think there's just better ones in this series. Okay, so next on the list, I'm gonna put the Pro Surfer. And I'm gonna put the Pro Surfer in that exact same, lower down on the list like this, for the exact same reason as the dance instructor actually. We've already had a surfer before, so we've already had a surfer before. I just wanna have some new fresh characters. In fact, I think he's the third surfer we've had. Now, what makes him a little bit better is I really like his surfboard. It's really cool. I love the custom shark surfboard, so that's the reason. Basically, his accessory kind of helps him out a little bit here. So, that's 3 down. Who shall I put next on the list? I think next on the list would actually be the Strongman. Now, again, the reason for the Strongman is, I think he's in Series 5 again. There was another muscle guy, and he didn't have the custom dumbbells that this guy has, so that's pretty cool. And I like the mustache and things, but I don't really like the old retro kind of 1920s Strongman. I think it's a bit meh, and I just don't think it's a very fun minifigure, so that's why I'm going to put him lower down on the list. So next on the list, I'm going to put the Roman Gladiator, and again I'm going to put him on the list for the same reason as the others. We've already had a Gladiator, and this guy sucks, absolutely sucks in comparison to the other guy who had a cool helmet, and he just was way better than this one. And if you're going to redo the minifigure, redo it properly. I mean, this one's rubbish, so that's why I'm going to put him on the list there. Okay, it's getting a bit tougher now. Next on the list, I will put the Butterfly Girl. Now, the reason I'm going to put a Butterfly Girl on is because for me, it's just a mere minifigure. I don't like children minifigures, I've said this before. I mean, I understand there's a reason for them, but it's a butterfly version, so I'm not even going to use it. It's just basically going to sit in this collection and that's it. So yeah, she's got nice printing. She's got the custom printing on the hair with the little flowers, and she's got custom blue flower on her face. So yeah, that's kind of cool, but she's not too far up on the list, so that's kind of the reason. Next on the list, I am gonna put the Elf Maiden. Now, I really like the Elf Maiden. I think she's really, really cool. I like the Zelda-esque look, but I just don't collect many minifigures from this kind of time period, so that's why. She's really, really cool. I love the detailing they put on the skirt and things, and how it really nicely prints together and aligns up. So she's a really, really cool minifigure, don't get me wrong. Next on the list, I will put the Mystery Man. Now, the Mystery Man's really, really cool. He's got some really nice detailing on the face, and he's got lots of accessories. The reason I put him in is because he's a kind of okay minifigure, and at the time, he was a mystery minifigure, which is absolutely pointless for this. I mean, wow, he's nothing special. He's not Mr. Gold. He's not an old retro minifigure. So I just think all the hype for him was unjustified, and so kind of has a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth. So that's the reason I'm going to put him this part on the list. Okay, 9th on the list, I'm going to put the Gourmet Chef. Now, I really like the Gourmet Chef. I think she's really cool, and I'm going to use her a couple of times in my LEGO City probably because, you know, chef outfits are brilliant for all kind of things. Her name's kind of wrong, Gourmet Chef. She's more a pastry chef. I really like the whisk. I really like the custom printed pie. But other than that, it's just a pretty basic minifigure, so that's why I'm going to put her there on the list. This is where it gets a little bit more tricky. So I'm going to put here the Yuppie. I really like the Yuppie. I love what they did with the character. I think the white suit's very, very like Grand Theft Auto Vice City and retro, especially with the pink polo shirt. He looks like he's a drug dealer basically, so Yuppie might be the name that LEGO gave him. I really like what they did with the walkie-talkie. I think that's really cool, and the fact that you used the 2 custom prints to make it a retro handheld phone. I think that's brilliant. I wish he had a dual face, but other than that, he's a great minifigure. He also doesn't have back printing either, but you know, that's why it's quite high up on the list, because I just think he's a really cool and unique minifigure. On the list, most probably for me is the Veterinarian. Now the reason that I put the Veterinarian here is I really like her. She's a great minifigure. The inclusion of the rabbit is awesome. Can't go wrong with adding animals to minifigure collections. I really like her. You can use her torso a lot more than you can use her legs, because her legs has like a little paw print on it, so it's kind of relating to vet, whereas the body has just like a stethoscope and things, so you could use that as a doctor's outfit. And I like her blue gloves as well. Oh my gosh, she's a really, really cool minifigure. So, top five. So, in at number 5, I am going to put the hot dog vendor. I'm putting the hot dog vendor here because he's just brilliant. He's so high up on the list because he's got really nice printing. He can be used in lots of places and lots of fast food areas in your city. He's got a really nice cheeky face, and he does look youthful, which is quite nice. He's got the Slurpee cup, which I think is from The Simpsons. He's got this custom tray. I don't like the tray because you can't put the hot dog on it, sadly. So the hot dog kind of stays on the floor in my set. But he also actually has a custom molded hot dog. That's a unique red that's not used on the normal hot dogs. So it's quite a nice thing to have. So that's why he's at number 5. Okay, in at number 4 on the list, I'm going to have to put the Connoisseur. Now, the Connoisseur itself, the actual minifigure, he's okay. He's got quite a nice facial expression. He's very French. But that's not the reason he's so high on the list. The reason he's so high on the list is because of the tiny, tiny French bulldog he's got with him. It's an absolute amazing minifigure accessory. And to be honest, I'd call it a minifigure itself. They're so cool. They're dog pets. And this is a new one. So that's why I'm adding it to the list. End of. That's why he's so high up on the list. Everything else minifigure is cool, but it's because of the dog. So, 3. It's between the Retro Space Hero, the Rocket Boy, and the Corn on the Cob guy. Which one am I going to pick next? I think it's going to have to be the Rocket Boy. Now, I love this minifigure. Now, ironically, he's actually a child minifigure, which aren't my favourites, but I really like what they did with this. The rocket works really well. It kind of almost engulfs the character and makes, you know, like almost goes from head to toe, and I think that's absolutely brilliant. I love the retro space flag that the kid's got, and it looks like he's coloured it in himself, which is just really, really nice addition. And all in all, yeah, that's why he's at number 3. So, number 2, I'm going to put the Retro Space Hero. Now, the reason I'm putting him up is so high. It's just so cool. It's so unique. You're not going to be able to put him in any normal sets. So I think it's really cool. He's got like such a Flash Gordon era-esque about him. I love his gun. I love his facial expressions. He's got the cape. He's got no back printing, but it doesn't matter because he's got the cape on, so it doesn't really matter. But he is great sitting on the wall on these frame sets just to be looked at and marveled at. And that's why he's one of my favourite minifigures in any of the series, weirdly. So that's why he's so high up on the list here. So, in at number 1 is the Corn on the Cob guy. Oh, he's actually called Corn Cob guy, but I always call him Corn on the Cob guy. So, the reason that Corn Cob guy is so high up on the list is because if you don't know me, I absolutely love the outfit characters, and that's why Rocket Boy was so high as well. But I love them, and the Corn Cob is brilliant. It's such a great accessory to put over the character. The character itself, his body and his legs, I have no printing on at all, but it doesn't matter because you're not going to remove that Corn Cob. It's just awesome. And what I really like what they did with this guy is he's also got a mustache, which just adds to the appeal of the character. So that's why he's at number 1. So here's another look at all the minifigures. I'll put it on this screen here just so you can look at them in order. That's how you put them on the shelf. There's no glass on this one, but as you can see, they would all fit in with the shelf absolutely fine. Maybe the Yuppies radio would need to be put in a little bit. But this is going to go on the shelf, and you'll see it in my videos in the background, probably over there somewhere. But that is Series 17. I think this is a really nice collection. Not the best. I think the best is still Series 18, which I think is actually there behind me. That's my favourite collection still. I've seen a lot of people with Series 20 already out, and great. They've obviously been sent them by Lego and the Lego company. That's really cool. I wish I had that many subscribers that I could get that, but obviously I'm not going to. So when I get them, they're going to be a full unbiased review and my worst to first. I'm probably going to get an entire deck of them, all 60 to unwrap, and I might do some feel bag ideas and all that kind of stuff. So if you wanted to watch that, stay tuned and maybe subscribe to the channel. But that's it for this series. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe and stay safe. And I'll catch you in the next one.